We're filming, so you guys can just talk.
That'd actually be better for me, because I...
Well, that's what we're doing.
Woo! We got our friend Cameron in town. He's here to show off some of his props and animatronics that he's made for some of our videos.
First off, we have Master, which was originally a villain for Cosmic Minotaur. This character, unfortunately, was never shown, but he will make an appearance in the future. So Master started out originally as just a cardboard helmet and a mask. And the original concept of Master was just some guy. So me and Kenny kind of flushed him out. And then I started with a cardboard, just basic helmet mask. And Kenny didn't like that, so he said it needs more. So I just kept adding more trash, and I was thinking he's a trash monster. So that's when I put a beer can in his head. His eyes are made out of old bottle caps from
just water bottles or whatever.
From water bottles. His left eye's a ping pong ball. And his eyes can actually move. I took apart some old PlayStation 2 remotes and basically used the drill motors to move the eyes.
He did the elastics in the jaw because I wanted the mouth to move, so
yeah,
it moves with his jaw when he opens it. So that's Master, a character for Cosmic Minotaur Death that never came to be. Then we did Monster Slash 2 summers ago. And you had the Slasher and the monsters. Let's check out the Slasher, Knothole.
Originally, this idea just came from us hanging out, and we thought it'd be funny to film a video with a monster and a slasher. So what we went with is we had 1 weekend to complete the project. So within a couple weeks, I made this mask, which is Knothole's mask, and it's carved from an actual log that was out on the property.
Yeah, real tree.
And then I just put some mesh material with wires in it to hold the frame, and worked pretty nicely. Wore an old hunting jacket, and Slasher was born. Monster is, I wanted the idea that he was actually like, a monster, but I wanted something likable, something, that we could have add on like certain humor scenes, which we did with the cell phone being chewed up. It's a mask that can be worn and has certain effects to it, but I wanted to keep it simple. I just have light up eyes for backgrounds where he's creeping in the shadows, and his presence known on camera, and just glowing eyes are cool. The eyes were actually from a firework. It was a jack-o'-lantern, and you lit it, and it had plastic eye pieces. And whenever the fire went through, you saw the eyes light up, and that was actually kind of my inspiration. I took those eyes and put them in his framework, and then just put some basic Christmas tree lights behind him and little trigger switch.
Pretty cool.
And then his teeth are actual like real shark's teeth, and it adds more of like an actual organic real effect to the mask, so it looks like real teeth.
Yeah, well, it is real teeth, and they're sharp too. Yeah, this is the most exciting piece for me. This is Cameron's latest work.
Antagony is pretty much a puppet, an animatronic puppet. How I made him is...
How did you make him?
How did I make him? All right, so I started off with a basic plush toy. It had a internal skeleton, and so I just ripped that out, kept pretty much the wires and everything I would need, and just started basically trying to make him stand. That's where Antagony started. He was already a head and a torso, and I kind of had an idea of what I really wanted to get across. So I just started making him stand. That's the first thing. So I made him legs, and then attached it to the torso, and then started working on details of the face. And
what's up with his eye?
What do you mean, what's up with his eye? All right. This puppet has he has a moving eye, a moving eyebrow, a moving head, and a mouth that actually moves.
And he told me too that he made it to where he can take this whole thing apart to get to the motor, and that way he can.
Well, a lot of problems with making anything like this is maintenance. Like, it's not going to last forever, and it's very unpredictable. So the more I created throughout each of my props, I made it to where I can actually get to the internal mechanism, and I can actually, essentially not only fix it, but also modify it, depending on what we need to be doing.
All right, well, that's pretty much what Cameron's got going on now, so thanks for finally
Thanks for
letting us,
coming by and showing some weird
yeah,
shit.
finally letting us get to see this, and hopefully he'll be moving back by the end of the year, if not next year, and during that time we can start really making some fun episodes with all these props, and
pumping some stuff
hopefully
out.
you got some more stuff you're building as well, right?
I have a lot of things in the works.
Okay, cool.
Good things are
Awesome.
coming.
So
Badass, dude. Ow!